Rated mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
With more than 100 employees, companies like the trucking corporation I'm at right now here in Vegas, with more than 100 employees, as I said, now trucking leaders are expressing sighs of relief as they learn new emerging details about the mandate. It may not be a glamorous job, but it's a job more critical than ever amid supply chain issues, truck driving.
If we did have 10% of our workforce transition, all of a sudden we couldn't meet the needs of our customers.
And it directly impacts you.
It's delivering groceries, delivering water, delivering building materials.
So when it was announced last week, the federal vaccine mandate would go into place for big companies starting January 4th.
This is definitely the most discussed reason people come to my office.
Trucking company leaders like Paul Truman scrutinized the fine print, fearing losing vaccine-hesitant employees to smaller companies where they might not have to get vaccinated or undergo weekly testing.
Which would just cause a lot of disruption in the industry.
An industry that can't afford more disruption. The American Trucking Association's president and CEO is voicing some clarity on how the vaccine mandate could impact them, saying, quote, drivers spend the vast majority of their workday alone in the cab and outside. The rule published exempts employees who exclusively work outdoors or remotely and have minimal contact with others indoors, and all indications thus far from the Department of Labor suggest this exemption does apply to the commercial truck driver population.
For us, it was a big win, to get some common sense.
Truckers driving alone, he says, won't need to get vaccinated or go through weekly testing, or so it seems. Still, direct guidance on that has yet to come from a federal official. Truman's hoping that happens soon. Not complying could cost you some green.
Penalties are big.
OSHA says companies that fail to comply with the regulations could face penalties of nearly $14,000 per violation. Truman says 40% of his staff aren't currently vaccinated.
In the meantime, we prepare. We try to get ready for it happening January 4th.
Now, of course, the Biden administration says the mandate is in place to keep people safe from the COVID-19 virus and get our economy back up and running. Coming up in our 5 o'clock newscast.
Patriot Unfiltered Raw. Broadcasting from the Big Peach of Atlanta, Georgia. A show unfiltered, unscripted, raw. The Patriot Angle Podcast.
Where do I start, guys? Where do I start with this story, guys? I got a big topic here on the show. A big topic, and it needs to be discussed. What the hell is going on with the trucking industry, right? We've seen the massive supply chain crisis literally take its way last year from August through into the holidays, right? Supply chain issues, shortages, warehouse problems, everything, folks, including cargo ships, right? We've seen that late into the summer last year. But the supply chain crisis continues, folks. It continues, and it rolls into now the trucking industry, which makes up a big part of the supply chain. Without trucks on the road, guys, you just simply can't have the freight, the merchandise delivered to the distribution centers, and then from the distribution centers to the stores or retail shops. Folks, there's just no simple way around it. And now Biden is trying to implement a vax mandate on truck drivers. Yeah. And not only Biden, I'm told our northern neighbor, Canada, the Prime Minister of Canada, is trying to implement the very same scenario. which we depend on Canada, folks, for our truckers to make that cross-border journey to a lot of different distribution centers, right? Hubs, warehouses. So what I'm being told now through this whole thing is that a lot of truck drivers, and I'm sure a lot of folks are seeing this across the country, that a lot of truck drivers are just simply getting fed up. They're walking off the job. They're turning their keys into their bosses. And they're just saying, you know what? If you want to force the vaccine on us, we're just simply not going to deliver the freight. And folks, this is not just hundreds of drivers. You're seeing by the thousands of truck drivers just literally walking off the job, refusing to comply with this vax mandate. You know, they don't want to get the jab. You know, just last week a story came out where up in Canada, they're seeing thousands of truck drivers, like I said, just walking off the job, literally walking off the job. Basically saying, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to comply with this crap. Simply not going to do it. And folks, this is some serious stuff. Very, very, very serious stuff. Like I said, the trucking industry pretty much runs this country, right? It's getting bad. It's getting really, really bad, folks. We're simply going to see a lot of serious problems in the trucking industry if this continues. Why the Biden administration wants to put literally a vaccine mandate on the trucking industry is on me. I mean, does this man seriously want to crush our economy? I mean, that's what it seems to. This is what it seems like. It seems like they want to literally destroy our country. Destroy it. Break it down. Little by little. This is literally, folks, becoming the great reset of this nation. And it's only going to get worse, folks. It's only going to get worse. With that being said, folks, I want to take a quick break. I got a lot more here on the show of this topic here of literally now a mandate being infiltrated in the trucking industry, folks. A lot more on the show. This is Mike Gardner, and you're listening to the Patriot Angle Podcast. Be right back, guys, after these words. Hey, guys, this show today is brought to you by Priceline.com. Head over to Priceline, guys. They have deals that are better than ever. I mean, some of these deals you're going to see that they haven't had before. With rental cars such as low as $10.99 a day. Guys, $10.99 a day? You can't beat it. For a rental car, especially for the prices in rental cars today. They're through the roof, right? Through this whole COVID hysteria, right? They also have deals with flights, right? And you can also get deals with hotels. Guys, Priceline's been around for years, okay? We love them. We use them on the show. I use it to book hotels. I use it for flights. I use it for just about everything, guys. Head over to Priceline.com. Get the deals, folks, before they expire. Because once they expire, that's it. You just have to wait for the next deal, right? Priceline.com. Love them. Head over there today.
Canadian truck driver Luis Franco hauls fruits and vegetables from the U.S. to Canada. He's vaccinated and thinks all truckers going between the two countries should be too.
It's a matter of public health, period, and so we need to do our part, as citizens, to do what's right for everybody else.
Starting this weekend, unvaccinated Canadian truckers will have to quarantine for 14 days after crossing the border, making further routes impossible. American truckers will have to prove they're vaccinated or they won't be allowed in. This Montreal company imports hundreds of truckloads of produce from the U.S. each week. Its executive vice president says this policy is yet another disruption to the supply chain, and consumers will notice.
Every time that there's going to be less or more restriction at the border for any reason whatsoever, we are looking at price increase, and price increase goes directly to consumer.
The Canadian Trucking Alliance says most Canadian truckers are vaccinated, but says the 10% who aren't represent roughly 12,000 drivers. And the industry is already short-staffed. This driver is unvaccinated and says she will lose her job over this.
I will not be forced into any vaccine in this manner.
And with the supply chain already struggling to keep up with high demand for goods, having fewer drivers will be an added strain, says this expert.
Even a short temporary shortages of the truck drivers can create significant problems, especially for important things like, let's say, food.
This policy measure is intended to protect the supply chains and those...
All right, guys, shut it off. Folks, are you hearing this? Are you hearing this? These are cross-border truckers, okay? And, you know, with this new law being infiltrated, okay, with our northern friends of Canada, right? That these cross-border truckers, they're saying that they must be vaccinated in order to enter the United States. Now, the ones that are not vaccinated have to spend 14 days. That's 2 weeks, folks. 2 weeks. And quarantine. And then show either a negative test or be vaccinated in order to cross into the United States with freight. What is this doing, folks? They're talking about a disruption, disturbing the supply chain scenario. The people that are not getting vaccinated are disturbing the supply chain scenario. Folks, you know what really is disturbing the supply chain scenario? It's people like Joe Biden. It's people like Justin Trudeau, right? The Prime Minister of Canada. It's people like them, folks, that are forcing down not only Canadians, but Americans. They're forcing down our throats this vaccine, this jab. Folks, this is our body. It's our choice, right? It's our choice if we want to take this thing or not. Why, I spent a lot of my time already in the last year and a half, going on 2 years now, on this topic of COVID. And I'm sure there's, I don't want to say I'm sure, I know for a fact there's other podcast hosts out there that have done the same thing. That this thing is becoming wacky. Like where we have to show a fucking vaccine card or a negative test to do anything in life. And now they're trying to threaten our trucking industry with this crap. Folks, do you not understand that if our trucking industry shuts down, not only in the United States, but if it shuts down in Canada, that's it, folks. Your economy is shot. We depend on truck drivers to get our freight, our merchandise, our way of life is dependent on truck drivers. Over 100% of everything in the United States is delivered by a truck driver. Your couch that you're sitting on, your TV that you're viewing it on, your food that you're eating, the products that you use are all delivered by a truck driver, folks. What do you think? They just take it off the, they put it on their backs and they just bring it to you? No, folks, this is not the 17 or 1800s. We don't do those things anymore. Everything is relied on a truck driver. This is bad stuff, folks. Bad stuff. Where a vaccine mandate not only will impact Canadian truck drivers, but it's going to impact all of us here in the United States. It's going to impact the supply chain drastically. Why they want to do this crap is literally unclear. It's unclear at this moment. What is the message behind this? We all know that the damn vaccines don't work. If they don't work, why are they literally why are they pushing this crap? Why? What's the meaning behind it? What is the meaning behind all of this, folks? This is bad stuff. Very, very bad stuff. Guys, I want to plug in a video here on the show from a Canadian cross-border truck driver that literally has his job on the line, saying that he will not comply with this, I don't want to say unconstitutional because he's a Canadian. So he's not going to comply with this forced jab from his own prime minister in Canada. Check this out, guys. This is a Canadian truck driver. And I just want to prepare to you guys. I know my podcast can be brutal, okay, with the language. But this guy is very unfiltered. And I think it's very appropriate for him to be plugged into today's show, guys. Check this out. A Canadian truck driver literally giving warning to the entire trucking industry.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Lee. I drive one of these. This is a truck I drive up and down the road every week. I've been with this company for coming on 9 years. March will be 9 years. They run from Ontario, Canada, Florida every week. Sometimes we hit California, sometimes out to Seattle, Washington. It depends what they got, where we go, but it's mainly a lot of Floridas. As of tonight, January 13th, 2023, I got back from my trip from Orlando. I had to empty out my truck. I took everything out. And it's after 11 o'clock now. I've been back here probably for 4 hours, 4.5 hours, something like that, cleaning the truck out. I've been put on unpaid leave thanks to Mr. Justin Trudeau. He came up with the mandates for the vaccine. Cross-border drivers must now be fully vaccinated to go into the U.S., and that takes effect on Saturday the 15th. His buddy, Joe Biden, he's got his mandates starting January 22nd, that truck drivers must be fully vaccinated to go back and forth across the border into the U.S. Ladies and gentlemen, look around your house, look at everything you've got. If you got it, a truck brought it. They're pulling how many of these off the road because drivers are refusing to get the vaccine? Oh, go get the vaccine. Go get the vaccine. You can keep your job. No, we live in Canada here, people. It's a choice. It's a choice. You have the right to go get it. I have the right not to. Do I spend a lot of time seeing you people, dealing with you in stores? No, my ass is running down the road in this thing, bringing all the shit that you want. Your couches, your chairs, your clothes, all your shit. Your house that you live in. One of these brought the material to your site where you're living so that the framers could build it. The bricklayers could lay the brick. It was all brought on a truck. What, you think they carried it on their back? You think they put it in their trunk and when they came to work every day? Open your fucking eyes, people, of what the fuck is going on. Governments are supposed to be there to create jobs, to help people, keep the economy going. This liberal motherfucker that we got up there, he's trying to kill every fucking job he can, put as many people out of work. He's trying to drag the economy down in the country. Look at his spending. If you spent like that in your household, would you be bankrupt? Would you be broke by now? Oh, could you say, well, I want a raise because I fucking want one? Well, that fucking motherfucker, that's what they do up in Ottawa. They fucking raise their hand and say, who wants a raise? They all put it up. Okay, let's go 10%, and we fucking give ourselves a 10% raise. Wake the fuck up of what's going on. Go get the shot. Go get the shot. Go to your pharmacist. Go to wherever you get the shot. Ask them if you can see the insert, the paperwork that comes with the shot. It's blank. It's blank. They don't tell you what's in it. Everybody likes Pfizer. Go get Pfizer. Pfizer's a better one. Pfizer's a better. Why? Why would Pfizer go to the FDA and ask for a 75-year extension to tell you motherfuckers what's in there? Because there's a lot of fucking bad shit in there and they don't want you to know what it is. You'll be fucking dead and they won't have to tell you. They won't have to pay. They won't have to be liable. Wake the fuck up. Like, holy shit. Your prime minister is supposed to be out there. Your president in the U.S. is supposed to be out there working for you to create jobs, to help the economy, to help you survive and thrive. Is this surviving? Is this thriving? Hell no. Hell no. Kids in school, out of school, in school, out of school. It's like, what the hell? It's like they can't get it under control. Oh my God, it's the unvaccinated making the vaccinated sick. When I heard that, I laughed. And then I had people telling me that. That's how fucking stupid they are. That they cannot sit there and think, wait a minute, I had a first shot. I had a second shot. I should be fully protected like Superman. I can go do any fucking thing I want. No. You motherfuckers turn and say, you, the unvaccinated sick bastard over there, are making me sick and sending me to the hospital. Have them check what the fuck is upstairs, and I bet you it's empty. Hello. It's all they're going to find in there is fucking nothing. If you're thinking...
All right, guys, what you're hearing is a video. This is a Canadian truck driver, guys, literally giving a warning to his fellow truck drivers, saying, do not comply with this bullshit. Because it's bullshit, folks. Literally bullshit. He makes a lot of good points. A lot of good points on a lot of different things. If you want to check out the video, I almost just about plugged in the full video here on the podcast here. But the full video, guys, is on my group page on Facebook. You can check it out on Unfiltered Patriot Nation on the group page. Again, Unfiltered Patriot Nation. Check out the video I posted on the group page. It's a really interesting video. Like I said, it was originally posted through Toronto Caribbean newspaper. Okay, it's gotten a lot of views, over about 143,000 views already. So it's pretty much like almost semi-viral on the internet, guys. Check out the video. He makes a lot of good key points. Guys, this is bullshit. What they are doing to our truck drivers, what they are doing to our nation, what the world is doing to its citizens is complete tyranny on many extreme, dangerous levels, folks. And it will not stop. This will not stop until one of us, a large amount of us, stand up and fight for what we believe in, folks. This is going to become the world reset on a lot of people, folks. This is a population control factor. Literally, a population control factor. They want to control us. They want to manipulate us. They want to brainwash us to understand that we are the sheep and they are the masters, and we have to comply to their other demand. Folks, don't do it. Wake the fuck up. Understand. Listen to people like this truck driver. Listen to other people out there. That's the only way, folks. The only way.
Patriot Unfiltered Raw.
All right, guys. This is the Rooster. Basically giving his insight. Yes, the Rooster is a basically a contributor here to the Patriot Angle podcast, which does make his appearance from time to time. And I was talking to him earlier today through Facebook Messenger, and he had a lot of insight on what's just going on here with the crisis of the Biden administration. And also, too, Biden basically had a press conference earlier today. Check more of what Rooster thinks of Biden and all this crap. Check it out, guys.
Wait, what? Did you say something about Trump? Hold on. Let me get off the stage because I can't answer that question. We're going to be out there. Why we are doing this? Okay, for one, you're starting some pandemic to kill off the population. Now you're raising inflation to hurt the rest of the population to become more homeless, and you're not helping the home. You'd rather help an animal before you would help a fucking human being. That is not being inhumane. That's not being humane. That's being inhumane. And this motherfucker can't even think of what the fuck he's talking about. I don't know. Somewhere, somehow Biden said something, or Obama said something. What the fuck are you even talking about, dumbass? What? And no, he's not qualified to be being our president. He needs to be fucking impeached. Oh, imagine if Donald Trump convinced Pence and not counting the votes. And this motherfucker's talking a bunch of bullshit that don't make a goddamn bit of sense, except for he's telling on himself if you really listen real close. I just heard that. The Democratic Party has really sabotaged the votings to where the American people really think the Democrats won, and they did not. Virginia just counted their votes. Even though Donald Trump won in Virginia, the votes was illegal on fucking Biden's behalf. So why ain't he held accountable for of all this fraudulent Democratic voting bullshit fraudulent crap? You get it? This motherfucker can't even speak, man. Who the fuck? I wished I met every single one of these people that voted this dumb son of a bitch in, because I would really slap every single one of them in the fucking face. That's how stupid all of these dumb cunts really fucking are. I'll keep going. This motherfucker don't even know what he's talking about. Talking about this king and this guy. This guy didn't even ask no question about no fucking king, man. He asked a question about the economy, not a king, and some other side shit that you went to. What the fuck is wrong with you? Get off the drugs, bro. You need to be drug tested. Ha! Biden said he just got done doing everything that needed to be done, except for there's still a few more things to get done. What? More inflation, less food, less products, hurting the American economy? Is that what you got in plan there, buddy? Because we don't like it, and whoever voted you in should be slapped upside the head with a donkey's dick. See, if Trump was still saying, but anyway, if you want to use some of it, go ahead, man. What type of restrictions do you imagine? Now he just slipped up and tried to say the pill was a problem and such and that's whatever he said. Some $5 word he came up with his head. That's bullshit, man. Talking about the unvaccinated and a pill. The pill is a problem is what he said. Now he's talking about building a wall. You can't build a wall high enough to keep a new variant out. Okay, we were trying to build a wall to keep variants out too, but you won't let us. You stopped that fucking wall. Now we're inflated with drugs, inflation, and bullshit that don't even pertain to us. You dumbass. Oh, we need to get more vaccinated so we can put more chips in everybody's arms, man. And they're trying to advertise all this unvaccinated people is the only reason everybody's in the hospital. No, it's not. Read your fucking goddamn doctor's intake before you speak. If you look at 90% of the death tolls in any state, they try to blame it on COVID. 95% of them people have current pre-existing conditions. And if they have COVID, that's what they pertain their death as, not what they actually really died from. They all lie. They're trying to put a chip in your fucking arm, and I don't care what anybody says on this check me if you want to bullshit. They're putting chips in your arm. If you don't believe me, fucking go to a radiation center and find out. Not a radiation center, but a goddamn fucking x-ray machine to find out there, brother. You know, if you realize they're trying to push this COVID vaccination thing worse than they've ever pushed any disease, chickenpox, anything in the United States of America. They're trying to press this more and more every day to get that crap in somebody's arm. And 90%, not 90, I ain't getting my doctor's degree from that. I don't know how many percent, but a lot of people do die from the injection or the second. Now they're talking about a booster shot. How many goddamn chips do you need in your body, bro, for you to track us? You're already tracking us on our phone. You're tracking us on the TV. There's a little camera in mine. I know there is. Watching my every move. There's a camera on my phone. You don't think it ain't watching and tracking your every move? You're stupid if you don't think that shit. And whoever thinks this dumbass motherfucker is legit should be slapped. Oh, no problem. You're welcome, Mike. Use it if you can use any of it. If you want to delete some of it or censor some of it out, that's up to you. Second question is, you know, if Biden ever had the sense of where a bathroom was, he would probably still never find the fucking toilet paper without camel toe hair lips.
Bundle of cash. Patriot Unfiltered Raw.
Hey guys, if you're looking for a steak, I know it's hard to find steak, right? You know, a lot of restaurants that just overcooked, undercooked, just not to your taste buds, right? You want that juicy steak. Look no further than Omaha Steak. I love them, guys. Love them. If I didn't love them, why wouldn't I be promoting them on the podcast today? Go over to Omaha Steaks, okay? They are phenomenal, guys. The juiciest steak you'll ever taste in your life, okay? A lot of people are like, well, how does it get delivered to your house? You know, with gnats and bugs going to get into it. And no. It's not, you don't have to worry about all that. It is in a sealed, perishable bag delivered to your house. So you don't have to worry about the gnats and the bugs get into it. It's fresh from the time they ship it from their distribution center to the time it arrives at your house. The juiciest steak you'll ever have in your life, guys. Check them out today. Omaha Steaks. Love them. They're phenomenal. All right, guys, as we're going to be closing out the show pretty soon, you just heard a bit here, a cut that I plugged into today's show with the Rooster. Love to have him on my show from time to time, whether he's actually in the studio as a guest or through recording through via telephone or whatever. He's a tremendous asset here to the podcast when he can be on the podcast. Like I said, a great contributor here to the show, the Patriot Angle podcast. Rooster, given his views, his political views on everything, his narratives, his thoughts. This guy, folks, is a conservative, a patriot at heart. Gonna have him on my show again soon. Don't know when, but it will be soon. Just stay tuned because, like I said, the Rooster, he's very entertaining at best sometimes. But, what's there to say? More here on the show. We're talking about the truck industry, right? Now Biden and the Prime Minister of Canada, Trudeau, I never can pronounce his last name. That's all right, whatever. He sounds like a Trudeau, right? Trudeau, right? Justin Trudeau? Yeah. Both of these leaders here, the U.S. President Biden and Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, want to put vax mandates on truckers. Canada already started it. Biden wants to start with the U.S. trucking industry come January 22nd, which is in another couple days from now, guys. What is this going to do to our trucking industry? I can tell you what it's going to do to our trucking industry. It's going to break it down, okay? You're going to see less truckers on the road because most of these truckers are just like you and me. They're patriotic. They have a lot of pride in what they're doing, okay? They're on the road constantly, Some of these folks, they don't even get to see their families for months upon months. Not that they don't want to see their families, but they can't. They have to go on the road to deliver the freight to these warehouses and distribution centers to make sure that you, me, your neighbor is eating every fucking day of their life. The least that they have to want to worry about is a damn vaccine in order to keep their jobs. Is that what we've become as a country, folks? We've become as a country that we have to take this jab in order to partake in our liberties and freedoms? Where the hell is this all going with? Where? If there's a fight, folks, in this world, we're seeing one. If people are saying, oh, we're not in a war, we're not in civil conflict with other countries, oh no. They're right about that. We might not have a civil conflict with foreign countries. I can tell you we have a civil conflict with our own nation. Our own leadership, our own government. We are literally in war with our own government over this crap. And it needs to end. This is terrible what's going on in this country. Tyranny. Literally tyranny. You know, I was reading more on this this Omicron crap because every single time you turn your phone on, does everybody realize, like, you turn your phone on and you get these notifications with coronavirus? It's like, shit, sometimes I get like 15, 20 fucking notifications a day with this shit. News story coming out of Yahoo News. That's what mainly it's coming out of, Yahoo News. They post these stories, these headlines every day. Like I said, usually I get about 15, 20 a day. Some of them I click, some of them I just kind of overlook because it's like, you know, the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. This one story caught my eye, and I actually clicked on the notification on my phone. And I actually saved this screenshot, guys, which I will put in the show notes today, as well as the video that I plugged in earlier tonight with the Canadian truck driver. It'll be in the show notes. If you miss it in the show notes, you can head over to my group page, which is posted. The full video is posted in its entirety on Unfiltered Patriot Nation. It's my Facebook group page. You can head over there. It's a free group page. I don't ask for a dime. Just simply join my group page and you can see it. I also plugged it into another group page, which I have a lot of affiliation with. They're really good friends of the show here and good personal friends of mine, U.S. Freedom Fighters. So you can head over to U.S. Freedom Fighters as well. It's also plugged into my Facebook page, The Patriot Angle. So a lot of different places, a lot of different options you can view that video. I highly suggest you view it because that driver, that Canadian truck driver, makes a lot of key points regarding this crap, this vax mandate that the government wants to imply on truck drivers. Excuse me. But now, according to a news story through Yahoo News, that they're saying that there are 4, and I'm going to close it out with this story because we're running low on the show here, that there are 4 signs that Omicron may soon peak in the U.S. What, it's going to peak? Peak into what? See, this is the bullshit that I keep on telling people to avoid. The COVID-19 bullshit. Stop believing this crap, folks. It's crap. According to this this story here through Yahoo News, over the last 6 weeks, the hyper transmissibility transmissive. See, look at these big words that they're using. Variant of the coronavirus has fueled a rise in cases more than 3 times higher than ever before. It has? The CDC even admitted that the Omicron is nothing than a mild cold or flu-like symptoms. They even admitted to it, live on camera. Dr. Hack himself, Fauci, even said it in a press briefing on the Hill. It also goes into closing saying that every coronavirus wave crests in due course, then starts to descend. And then over the past few days, new signs have emerged from across the country that indicates all of it. But these are the 4 signs that Omicron may soon peak in the U.S., folks. Oh, okay. I mean, ay. And then did you see the Biden, literally the Biden press briefing earlier today, which I plugged in to the show Rooster, made a lot of key points on that. That half the stuff that Biden was saying in the press briefing didn't make one damn bit of sense. It's like you can't even read them out. I mean, oh man, laughing my ass off. But this is our commander in chief. This is who's running the show. Biden literally saying we could have handled COVID testing better. Okay. Well, if you could have handled it better, how come you haven't done anything about it? You just keep on baffling about bullshit. We all know that it's a virus, it's bacteria. Do we have to constantly be reminded how to take care of ourselves? Like, where are they going with this? Like, if we know how to take care of ourselves, why are you continuing to force it down our throats? Like, we're not babies. We're not simple-minded idiots. At least some of us aren't, right? I mean, this is Joe Biden saying this. I mean,
just visit COVIDtest.com.
Yeah, listen to this.
Last summer, and down to 35 million with no shots as of today. And we're adding about 9 million more vaccinations each week. We're going to stick with our vaccination efforts because vaccinations work. So get vaccinated, please.
They work, Joe, huh? They work. If they work, why are you on the 6th and 7th or what are they up to now? 8 booster shots now? If they work, why are you continuing to push it? Like, what's the message behind it? I'm guys, are you not seeing this bullshit as much as I am? Listen to this. This is like the craziest shit I have ever seen in my life. This is like going on ecstasy or wild mushrooms and tripping out and seeing, when you trip out and you go on like mushrooms, it makes you hallucinate, right? This is the hallucination that we're seeing. This is like a wild trip, literally.
And get your booster. Look, we're also increasing testing. Should we have done more testing earlier? Yes. But we're doing more now. We've gone from 0 at-home tests a year ago to 375 million tests on the market in just this month.
Oh my God, I gotta stop it, guys. This is oh boy, I tell you. This is President Biden admitting just earlier today that his administration should have put more of an effort or emphasized more on COVID-19 testing last year. And then Biden goes into closing saying, should we have done more testing earlier? And then his answer is yes, but we're doing more now. They should have done more last year, but don't worry, folks, they're doing more now. They're doing more now. They're focusing on it more now. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, boy. And then, the White House literally, initially was dismissive of the need for more tests as the Omicron surge began on December 6th. You remember that Press Secretary Jen Psaki, mocked the idea of mailing free tests to all Americans, right? She mocked the idea. She thought it was absurd in her eyes. Like, oh, we shouldn't be mailing tests out. We should be urging Americans to go get tested. That was her mocking the idea. But, she'll flip-flop around that because now that Biden wants to mail out the test to all Americans, her whole agenda will change within that month span. This is the flip-flop administration that you're seeing every single day. This is, oh boy, I'm telling you, folks, the madness. When does it end? When does it end? They'd rather destroy a nation, destroy an economy, than doing something that all Americans want. They want normalcy back. We get it. It's disease. It's a virus. Okay. We're not children. We don't need to be reminded every single day to do things. That's not our society. We're not children. We're adults. The only people that you have to remind are simple 5 or 6-year-olds that have listening problems. If you have a listening problem, folks, that's your own agenda. But we should not have the same scenario on millions of Americans. We don't need to constantly be reminded. We're adults. We're not children. Excuse me. I got this tickle. I had it yesterday. I'm telling you. But, we don't need to be reminded. It is what it is. That's the end of it. And that's my closing, folks. Like I said, you do what's best for you. And that's that. Folks, my name is Mike Gardner. I'm the host of the Patriot Angle podcast. I hope today you learned something. I hope you like and please share this podcast with 5 friends and have 5 friends share it as well. Because I believe that podcasts such as mine and others are the true backbone of our society. And this is the only fight we can take to fight this crazy liberal madness that we see in this country. Also, too, folks, if you like this podcast and you like to listen to other podcasts, you can view me on Spotify, Google, and Apple, or anywhere you hear a podcast, as well as our website, patriotanglepodcast.com. You can find me on Facebook, The Patriot Angle Podcast, as well as our group page, Unfiltered Patriot Nation, with our affiliation with U.S. Freedom Fighters. Folks, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
You just heard an episode of the Patriot Angle Podcast, an Anchor platform.